Alright, well hello and welcome to another Angry Yarns YouTube documentary of our Chop Shop simulator that we're currently come on, calling my kitty over here, getting all these parts ready for this other vehicle that I'm doing, but I'm gonna do a tear down on this other vehicle. I'm just having a look at this other hello? I don't know, every time. Just having a look at this other vehicle. No, it would be the other vehicle. Before I start on this other vehicle, while I'm working on this other vehicle that I have over here. But we have this whole list of parts that we're doing in the engine bay. I completely forgot the whole list, but I think it was something to do with the engine block, the valve cover, the distributor cap, and fuel pump, and I don't know, something else. But I'm trying to see if this vehicle is small enough for me to open the doors and what do we got going on? The whole back end needs to oh my. Engine block, fuel pump, ignition distributor cap, spark plug, only one of them, and a valve push run. You only want me to do one. I'm sure there's several in this engine. You only want one done? Look at how old this is. Oh man, we're just kind of going through here having a look at what every part is. I think it's going to be a complete teardown, and I kind of had a look at the list of what we're going to have next, and we have another vehicle coming up, and that is the exact same. And I think I'm just going to tear apart this vehicle. We're going to tear apart all of this, replace it with the new stuff that they want, and then we're going to take this new vehicle that we get that's states the name is the exact same vehicle, so it's going to use the exact same parts as this vehicle. So I'm going to dump this engine block, I'm going to dump the fuel pump, I'm going to dump the distributor cap, all of these junk parts from this vehicle that we're removing. We are going to put it into that new vehicle that we have, and we're going to upgrade. So we're going to start off with garbage parts, and then we're going to upgrade these garbage parts that are left over from this vehicle. Let me turn down that microphone a little bit. And we're going to upgrade these garbage parts, and we're going to have some better parts at the end of this. So I'm quite excited. You know, don't trust me when you bring your vehicle to me to get it fixed. I think we're going to try to be even more sleazy and change your parts with other parts later. We're going to attempt that in other videos, so we'll get to that in the future. We're not going to jump ahead, but just having a look through the list and having a look at what we got to do here. And boy, that's quite the list. And some of these jobs, you're like, oh, I wish it would be a little easier, but I mean, I guess we're here to get a whole list of everything that we have to tear down. Everything's nicely labeled, and it shows us, you know, the red of what we have to take off first if we're trying to take something off that we can't take off. And I really like this video game for that kind of premise. It actually shows you, like, they want one push rod, so there's 5 in there. Why not do all of them? Why not just get a whole new engine? Like, look at this. Look at all this. Why don't we just get a new engine? Hi, Algie. My kitty's over here saying hello. But yeah, we're going to take this down here and remove these clips. I guess there was 3 clips in total around that whole entire unit there. Now we're going to pop off this exhaust manifold, I think. Trying to get this engine head cover and the carburetor off. Start with this carburetor. Pop this off. Now we'll take this engine cover off. There's one screw here, one screw behind there. A little hard to see behind that cap, I guess. Yeah, why not replace all these push rods. We're going to replace all this, but just get a whole new engine. But I don't even know how much this guy's going to pay me, but this job better pay pretty good. You know, I've done a few vehicles here so far, and I've only made $400 being the honest mechanic. So, you know, we've replaced a few extra parts that we shouldn't have, but that's only like $50, maybe $20 here and there, a couple of rubber bushings, an arm. So I think we're almost done taking off that generator there. We're going to pop off these rocker arms. I should be more correct with my labeling of what I stated earlier, and we'll take off his excuse me, engine head here. Try to get this engine block off, get these valve covers off, and get the rods out of there, and pop everything apart and replace it with that one single rod that he wants to replace it with. No new filters, nothing. Like, we could replace this whole outer bay right here. Dump it on the new guy. Look at the internals of that. Oh my. It's gonna break. This guy's gonna drive it for, you know, everything I send out the door is gonna break within 5 miles, but this one's gonna break on its own accord without me even touching it. Oh well, we're almost done here, I think. Getting these last screws off for the block. I think there was 8 in total. 8 screws in total we gotta get off here. Remember, I gotta repeat this process twice, so we're gonna try to get through this as fast as we can. Oh, gotta pop out the middle. Let's see, I don't like it sound. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. There we go. Get these covers off. Mulch. Tells you which, I guess, manufacturer these parts come off. We gotta take these piston covers off. What do we got going on here? We gotta raise it up or something? Well, we're gonna start maybe on... We can have a better look, I guess. Kind of look at what we got going on first, but... I don't know, we might pop a little bit more off of the external. Yeah, it's showing me I gotta go underneath. Up we go. We got this thing up in the air. We got her up. We're gonna take these 4 screws off, and I sure hope the oil drains itself. I can't really remember. We're gonna find out. Oh, $100 bill. Yeah, we might do that a few more times. Oh well. The reason why we're not making money. And we'll put it back down. I guess we'll take a little bit more off the outside. And yeah. Get these off. Get that off. Now, what do we gotta take off next? Never done one of these before. First time I've really played this video game. Well, this is you know, I've done a couple cars, but really the second video that I'm creating. And we're gonna see what we can do right here with this. Gonna have a look and gonna go back down. There we go. Have a good look from the top. Have a look from the back. Yeah, pop the outside off again. Or the very front of it. Get that crankshaft pulley, crankshaft cover off. Get the timing cover off. There's going to be a timing chain in there, I bet. A lot of screws. We got 1 experience point, I think, per screw. Not too sure if it's per taking out 1 screw. Oh, per part. Yeah, 1 experience point per part that we take off. It'd be better if we got 1 experience point per screw. I guess we gotta loosen the chain first with the by taking the gear off. Stanley sprocket. Thinking about all these gears and sprockets we got going on. And we're gonna pop this chain off here and yeah, get this chain off. We're gonna take these small little parts off the front of the crankshaft. I'm gonna try to get all this engine apart here real quick. Gotta get this vehicle back to the owner, make as much money as we can off this job before we waste any time. Just start ripping her apart. I guess we can't take that out. Stays in there. Gotta access from the bottom. Up we go! Yay! Okay. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna get up. We're trying to open this up. Gonna open up the starter. Yeah, we still got a little bit to pull off here, and we got a little more items to go. Guess we'll get off the gearbox and gotta pull out these little arms first. Really gotta pull this whole thing apart, don't we? Wow. Well, guess to have a little better look back here, we'll take these covers off, we'll take the drivetrain off, pop the tires off first. Get to work. Nobody's gonna do it but me. We can't stare at it. My kitties are gonna help maybe. Yeah. Okay, we'll pull this little motor out of here. Pull this rim off with the tire on it. 4 bolts holding you on from the highway. 4 little bolts again holding you together. It's pretty realistic actually. You only have 4 bolts holding your tire on when you drive down the road. Driving like a maniac doing 250 kilometers an hour in your angry young semi-truck. Yes, sirree. Now we can pull off of our gearbox. We'll get this all apart here. Engine block, fuel pump. No, Mr. Kitty, don't attack my headphones. This is one of my new kittens. They came and curled up in my lap and very playful. He is approximately 1 year old. His mother cat dropped him off my doorstep and I took him in. He was too cute. And then his mother cat tried to drop off his sister at the doorstep, but the neighbor's dog started barking when I went outside because the mother cat was trying to run away over the fence near where the dog was, and the kitten got scared and ran away. Poor little kitty. But, yeah, we almost got this here. Apologize for my stories. Yes, no fighting. Come on. We're gonna get this down. We're gonna go down. Yes, get this engine out of here. Engine block. Goodbye. Alright, now the pumps we gotta buy. Engine block. Fuel pump. Valve. Piston rod. Distributor cap. Come on, what's the last one? Gearbox. Yes. Cap. Gotta make sure you're in the mulch parts on the left hand side. You gotta go all the way down to the bottom. For the regular parts, you gotta go all the way to the top for the red shopping cart. I forgot about the spark plug. I was thinking about the gearbox, but I think I reversed that. Whatever. Figure it out. One thing at a time. Push rod. We got the rod cover, and we want the push rod. We'll select that one. Just gonna double check though. We only want one. Kind of ridiculous. We only want one, but okay. If you want more than one, I would list push rod, push rod, push rod, push rod if I wanted all 5 or all 4, I guess. Because I think the other one is separate, but I'm gonna get the new engine block in there. Yeah, it doesn't give you like push rod times 4 then, unfortunately. Yeah, one's an oil rod cover, the other one's valve push rod, so I don't know if it has a different rod inside or not, but yeah, look, all the parts that we're putting back on are... Oh, don't want to put that on there. I didn't get one of these? No. Oops. I'm distracting myself, walking away with listing everything off, and I can't even remember when I'm typing it in. Yeah, but if you notice all these parts that we're going to put back in here, 50% or less, this guy's going to... You put a brand new engine block and you're going to leave all the old stuff attached to it. Just going to ruin the old camshaft, old pistons in there. I mean, I'm not a mechanic by any degree, but if you're going to go to this extent, then why not do a little bit better? Oh well. I've destroyed anyways, so. Just like we're gonna destroy this next guy's car, but I think we can get this slapped together before we think of the future. We gotta think of the present. Get all the screws tightened all the way. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There, get this wheel. Look at this condition. 57, like rusty as crazy. You expect me to be happy to put that? Like, I'll do it, but you know, you want to come in here and get this engine completely torn apart and completely rebuilt, and you only want subpar. Like, sure, if you can't do the flywheel, that's fine, but all the internal parts, so you don't have to tear apart the whole engine again. Gearbox, I guess, wouldn't be too bad to tear off, you know, when you get that pad off of there. And, I don't remember, was this on the list? It was 19%. Oh. Whatever. I'll come back and do it. It's easy enough to get this one off. Just a starter and the oil pan on the bottom, so get the rest of everything done in the engine first, and then we'll come back and worry about that. Double check. We'll just slap this together anyways. There we go. Okay. Get her back down. We're gonna go down. Wonder how much each time it costs per up and down, up and... I'm glad we have enough money to put forward for all of these parts. Imagine if, you know, I made an error and I spent too much money on a different part and it was the wrong part, and I had to close down my shop. Well, I think that I can get a loan, but wouldn't that be embarrassing? The second job in, I had to close down. Like, look at this. We want one 100% rod, and then I just put 50% in for the rest of them. It'll be fine. Get down the road, break in the engine. All these screws back in here. We're gonna get everything together. All 8 are complete right now. Get this carburetor back on here. 1, 2. 1 spark plug for now. Condition 57%. Carburetor elbow removed. Rocker arms removed. Didn't even have to bolt that down. Add some oil maybe. Paying under another $100 fine for. Well, I think no, we didn't put the other oil pan back on yet. I put one of them on, but not the other one. Gearbox pan, I should be. Get these screws in here. Top fan cover back on. Another 50% part. No problem. No problem. Beautiful. Air filter. Put that garbage back in there. 48%. No problem. 1, 2. Now I gotta move the camera. 3. There we go. All 3 clips are back on. I'm gonna put this generator back on so that the vehicle can operate under fire. I guess the generator is a main support unit between the engine block and the external fan cover. We see 6 bolts that are hung, 4 of them hung into the side of the engine block and 2 of them into the fan cover. That's what keeps the motor from blowing it, vibrating or blowing itself apart, one of the 2. All of the forces that are inside of this engine. Slap all this back together here. We're going to get all these screws in here. Cam gear, cam chain, timing cover, timing chain. I don't know. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. More screws than the tires. Oh boy. Trying to go from the side, make this a little less painful for my arm, but doesn't always work that way because then you can't get it all the way in, right? You gotta go on the perfect angle. And I don't know, I'll play with this idea a little bit more. It's okay. It's all okay. What do we got left to go on here? Thermostat cover. 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, and we got this last one here. We can't quite get it in here. So we'll get the last. Oh, put the wrong spark plug in there. Get that out of there. Someone's going to be very angry with us. We put that back in there. Yeah, I don't know. You're not even going to do any wires, nothing. I don't. Okay, well, we did it for you, no problem, but I don't really. Not going to warranty any of this for you. Put old parts back into a new block. Get this drivetrain slapped back together. Maybe we'll put the bottom on here and we'll see what we got going on after this. Yeah. There we go. Rear drive axle. 4 bolts again. Just like your tires. 4 and 4. Yes, sir. Put that cap back in there. Put this wheel on. We're going to get one rim. Doesn't matter about rotation, doesn't matter about nothing. We're just going to slap it back together. In you are, out you are. Kind of ridiculous job this is. I know I've said it enough times, but you know, there's a reason why that gearbox is at 19%. You know. Get this rim on here. 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 3, 4. There we go. Got it all back together. Got a few pieces missing still, but it looks like the wheels are good. We'll get it back down again. Down we go. Not bad. Okay. Have a little look through here. Just kind of see what parts we can upgrade for the next vehicle, and still got those other 2 vehicles that I'm in the process of working on, and get all that together. Yes, we will. See if we can slap it out without all the parts on it. Complete exhaust manifold. Nope. Looks like they want everything that they came in here with. Oh well. Gotta give it to them. Gotta give it to them the way they like it. Alright, I forget where the exhaust. Oh yeah, maybe right on the back there. What's this little tube down here? Just a little air dryer tube. Like something you attach to your vent for your dryer vent you're trying to run outside. Guess that's all this little engine is, this little air dryer. Oh, a bigger air dryer. Yeah, I'm just talking about literally drying the air because the engine runs so hot. Get her all closed up, see if we can finish this out. No oil and engine cannot perform this action. Now you want the oil, huh? Okay. We're gonna give you oil. Take that oil. Oh, don't you worry. Keep getting it. Oil refill costs $17. Not too bad. And one more look under here. Everything looks okay. I don't know why we got that gaping hole right there. Seems like a bit of a glitch in the design, but oh well. I'm not the manufacturer. I didn't make a giant hole in the engine. Customer complains we're driving down the road and we got a bunch of oil coming out. Well, not my fault. Shouldn't have ordered a mulch. Really mulched up your engine there. Oh well. See if we can get out of here. Getting stuck behind this bar here. Gonna go back down. Get this car back down on the ground. I think we can send it out. Are you sure you want to mark the job uncompleted? No. What are we doing? Tapping sounds from engine bay. List provided. Oh yeah. Gearbox. Talking about that earlier. Yeah. Gonna take that puppy off of there. Okay. Well, gotta take the tires off again. And we're just gonna go up right away. Get it back up in the air. Can't decide what we're doing. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Car goes up, car goes down. Starter goes off, starter goes on. Oh yeah, we gotta take all of you apart. Oh snap, we don't have to take the tires off. Beautiful. Sure is a lot nicer to have those out of the way though. Take the tires off, we got the room to with the camera, we don't have to sneak in there or nothing. And go back underneath, I think, yeah. Yeah. There we go. Take these screws off. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. There we go. 5. Okay, we got the gearbox off. We're gonna go back over to our computer. We're gonna order more parts. Go back to the mulch. It automatically leaves us in the last menu that we were in. It's pretty easy. We could just type a few letters. We don't have to type out the whole entire part and makes myself having a spelling error. 1. Trying to line it up a little bit better, but 2, 3. And look at this. You got a brand new gearbox on the outside, but the internal is just terrible. How come we don't have to fill up the gearbox with any fluid after? Like, check this out. It's not going to complain at us that the gearbox doesn't have any fluid. Well, we took the engine cover, the oil pan off of the engine. If we took that cover off of there, well, we'd lose all the oil, and we got to fill it back up with oil. Don't got to put any oil back into here. Get these 4 bolts on there. 1, 2. Line it up a little bit better. 3, 4. There we go. Now we got all of our beautiful parts attached here. I'm gonna put our starter back on. But I think maybe we're almost ready to get this car. We're gonna go down one more last time. Get this car. We're gonna close the hood. Always close the hood for the customer. Double check that we got all the check marks. Yeah, close her up. $4,352. Could have just spent that on a new engine. Did a bit of skipping ahead for us here, and I got the new car loaded up here. I'm gonna move it over to the left lifter. It's getting itself ready. We're gonna have a little look in here. Well, the outside looks a little worse on the top. I don't want to add no oil yet. But that gearbox looks a lot better. So I think we'll be okay with taking all the parts off of here. Hello? I don't know. Nobody's there. Nobody answers. I gotta take all these parts off here. He only wants brake shoes, drum, and one other part there, but nothing. He wants nothing done with the engine. We're gonna rip this baby apart. Gonna wonder why is my vehicle taking so long? Well, don't worry, sir. It's only take us half an hour. Maybe we're trained professionals at this. I've done one vehicle before you. Now we're gonna open up your vehicle and scavenge all the parts out of it. Yes, sir. Yes. For the poor customer. We don't know who it is, but that poor person, we're taking all the parts and part of their vehicle, and maybe they love this vehicle, maybe it was their prize vehicle. They put so much work into here, and we're just coming along, ripping all these parts off. gonna put these old parts on. Doing pretty good though. We got $6,700 for just opening up our shop. You know, we've only done at this point, I think I've only done about 5 vehicles. I kind of had to, for the second part of this video, I skipped ahead a little bit, but that's okay. Did it all in one shot anyways. Got those other vehicles out of the way after that, that green version of this, blue version of this vehicle. And I don't even know what I'm working on. I'm just, the phone rings and I got tons of vehicles waiting. I gotta upgrade this experience so I can get those other vehicles out of the way, and boy, this is you know, I'm pressured. Got a lot of pressure to deal with, but we're gonna do one screw at a time. Don't you worry. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Some rocker arms off of here. Too bad it wasn't just a gearbox. It'd be a nice easy replacement where you wouldn't have to mess around too much with every part of the engine. Oh boy. Well, we're doing this customer service. Don't you worry. Condition unknown. 50%. 53%. Yeah, these vehicles seen better days, but you know, I think a 50% part is a lot better than a 19 and a, I don't remember, I have no idea what the engine block was at. Somewhere around 15 or 10%, or I have no clue. Can't take those out, no. That's the I don't like you sound. Get all these oil too of the valve push rods, valve push rod covers. Get them all off, get them all ripped off out of here. Turn this microphone down a bit because I'm getting a little crackly there. We're gonna get the ignition distributor cap and gearbox starter off. No. Pop that out. Yeah, gotta get her up in the air this time. I think we can save maybe a couple times going up and down in the air. That way we're a little more fine-tuned, a little more precision mechanic now. We know what we're doing. We're certified. We got that $4,300 payday. Got that $100 oil charge. We don't even need to care. We got that $6,000. We're rolling in that black market money. I don't know. Illegal market money. I would actually like to correct that statement. The illegal car part market money that we're rolling in. Yes. Chop shop that we have acquired. We're going to be destroying all of these vehicles. And I'm going to do a bit of an adjustment on the microphone here. It likes to make a bit of noise. There we go. Okay. Yeah, getting all these bolts off of here. Getting this clutch plate off. Flywheel cover. Our 6 bolts that we have to take off to get out of here. And yes. Condition unknown. Rear crankshaft bearing. We're gonna get the crankshaft out of there. After we get the cylinders off, I guess we gotta lower it back down. Yeah. If only I could just reach up there. Got a ladder anywhere? No. It's gonna use the old crane, get her back down there, get that hoist going. Get that electric bill out of the roof. Imagine have one of these in your own private garage in your backyard, up and down. How much money that would cost. That'd be fun though. Rip these parts out of here. It's not looking like a too bad of an engine. We got the 50% going on. You know? I know I was saying the other one was bad, but that guy purposely came in here for the whole entire teardown. This guy's just unwittingly gonna have to do it after he leaves here. Get that hoist back down. We're gonna go rip these parts out of here. There we go. Get that engine block back out. We're gonna slap the old one back in there. Yes. Get the camshaft in there. Quite the difference. Went from a nice shiny block to this. Oh, isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? Get this valve rod covers on here. Get this push rod. We're going to start with the very first one. We get the 9%, I believe that was back in there. 53%. 51%. 54%. 54%. So we're left with a pretty good one. In case we ever got to do this again, we might have another run of these vehicles in the future, and we'll see what kind of condition it's in, and we'll see if it's worth the whole entire engine tear down. See what kind of work has to be done with it to the, in the first place. See, what type of objects the person wants me to tear down, and might just be just as easy to tear down the whole engine. Maybe they want a gear shaft, gear flywheel, or a gear box replacement, or something quite easy. And while I'm here, or if I got to take out one of the axles, well, I'm already taking one axle out. I might as well take apart every spool and the whole entire engine. Take everything out of there for you. All he wanted was his rear brake service. Oh, we're gonna tear everything apart and take all of his parts, or their parts. I just say his because I'm a guy, and I'm just I pretend that these are my own vehicles pretty much. So, I don't want to rip off some poor innocent woman, so I'm just rip off myself in all these video games. Yeah. Get the starter back on here. That poor person. Rear drive axle. 4, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. There we go. Yeah. Pretty bad condition, but hopefully it lets me send it out of the shop. Yeah, that'd be terrible if I tore down this whole thing for no reason. Seems to be a little bit of a balance that you can send out the engines in some kind of way that are not the same way that it came in. Well, the vehicle itself, you can send it out in the not the same condition. We're going to go back down on the hoist here. Get this engine slapped back together here from the... we only got a few more parts, nothing too serious. We'll get to fixing this customer's part. This other parts that they wanted service, put the very poorest part in there first. We're going to put the terrible distributor caps, and whenever they leave the residence, they won't be able to start. They won't be able to I don't know, they might get a couple cranks out of it. Get enough for them to get home and out of my shop. Make sure that they start it only when I'll roll it out. I don't have to start it because that'll be one last crank on that distributor cap. Let them do all the cranking. Oh, well, it worked perfect when it was here. Oh, well, let me have a look. Oh, that'll be another $5,000, please. I wonder how much this person came in here to pay me. It can't be more than like $500 to repair the brake shoes in the back. The brake drum. Just for that one. It looks like they only wanted one. So it was only listed one part on each. Brake drum, brake shoe. Something else. Cylinder maybe. I don't know. But, so. I haven't figured out yet. And I'm going to try to upgrade all my parts so I get 100% parts, and then like if you look at the condition that I have to replace some of these parts with, you know, they only have to be like a 50% condition or 70% condition. So I could save all these old parts and then I can put them all into the new vehicle, and I can just have one failing headphone here. Yeah, and then I'm trying to get 100% condition, so I'm trying to, you know, keep as many parts as I can in my inventory so that I only have to use 100% parts when I can. What I'm trying to figure out is whether I have to buy these parts to make more money off of them. Because if I don't buy a part and I use a part of my inventory, is it going to charge the customer less? Or is it going to charge the customer more if I buy a new part? So am I going to make more money off of the new part, or am I going to be charging the person the same money from the old parts that I'm giving to them, but not at 100% condition? So I'm not too sure what the budget is. I might have to do a bit more researching online, have a look, but I think I just might continue playing the video game and just see what kind of mess I can get myself into by the end of this. Yeah, we're almost making some pretty good progress on this second engine here. Didn't have to go up and down as much. Kind of figured that part out. Less cost for the hoist. Can put that terrible fuel pump in there, so then you have to come back to me later on at a later date for all of these parts that I put back in here that are failing. Yes. Get that last screw. I don't know. It's very hard sometimes. I guess, yeah, it's mimicking, you know, you can't get your wrench in there. You know, you gotta get it from the perfect angle, right? So I'm not saying anything negative about the video game, but it sure does take a little bit of extra strolling around. That's, you know, it does take a little bit of effort to play it. My kind of game, I like a challenge. Challenge myself to play it in any kind of incorrect way that I can. Get that very last bolt on there. Got the muffler out. We're going to get the serpentine belt on there. Not too sure if we put the spark plugs in there. Oh well. Figure that out later. Get that pad back on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Got all 4 screws in. Gonna drop this car back down. See what we can do here in the engine. Put some oil in here, I guess. Yeah, just slop her full. We didn't do as much in that one. I know it costed a lot more to do oil in these engines versus the other engines, so don't know. What did this guy come in here? What did I bring my vehicle into myself for? Okay, we're gonna have a look at the shoes now and take apart the bowl. Yeah, needs a bit of love in that one. Take the shoe apart. Get that drum off of here. Doesn't look too bad. It just looked like the exterior is kind of in bad shape. I don't even know how to test drive the vehicle, so I'm not doing none of that. I'm just gonna rip everything apart, have a look at what they actually want me to do now that I've torn apart their whole engine for no reason. At least they got a free oil change out of the deal. I don't even know if there was a oil filter in that vehicle. Was there an oil filter on that? I don't think there is. 57%, 54%, and then I don't know, we'll leave that one off just in case. It's got to be this side that isn't very good. You know, when you get those actually nice, like this isn't covered in rust. You know, it has its splotchiness, but that's just age, you know, it hasn't rusted out. But yeah, that's a bad shoe in there. Looks like that. I might want to do that little caliper, that piston in there. Caliper? Cylinder. I don't know why it's caliper. Caliper doesn't move like that. I got that cylinder back in there. Yeah, definitely needed a brake shoe, so we'll go order a couple parts over here. By the time we get over here, I'm probably going to forget what we're doing. Double check that we're in the right area. Shoe. Yep, $35. Cylinder. Yeah, $11. Imagine how much you're actually paying for this versus how much in mechanical. It'll charge you through a mechanic. I don't know, I just bought a cylinder. Maybe we'll do something with that later. I think that cap had to go back on here. Yeah, there we go. Slap the wheel back on there whenever we're done. Yes, okay. One side complete. Take off this fender maybe. Have a look up here. Kind of misleading because you think the whole problem's in the rear, but now you gotta take off all of the front just to have a quick inspection. Yes, there it is. Take these shoes out. We're gonna take that cylinder off. We're gonna put the new one back in. Look at that, 28%. Tisk. I'll put a 50% shoe back in there, but that's okay. It's only 20% better than the cylinder that we removed. I gotta put this tire back on here. We got the fourth bolt to go. There we go. Okay, looks like everything is done. Rear brake drum, so oh, I don't think I bought one of these. No. Go back over. Drum. Yeah. Only a few dollars. Wasn't very much. Get that assembly mode going on. You gotta press 2 on the keyboard. Yeah, look at how beautiful that part is compared to the undercarriage there in that gearbox. Yes. That's okay. Got that rim back on there. Looks like we're complete. We don't have any side jobs. We're going to put this back on here. Get this vehicle. Oh no, we're just going to have a little look through here. So we got that tie rod in. We're going to put on the other one. Got a bit of work we're going to do on the other other vehicles that we're going to get in. We have some parts that we're going to trade up. Going to mess around with all these parts, and I think we still have, yeah, still got the spark plugs. Get rid of that one. We're going to trade up, right? We're going to put the worst one in first. Worst one in first. That's the model around here. Worst first. 51%. There we go. We upgraded from a very poor percentage. I think it was 9% that we took out. Or now we're putting all the garbage back into this vehicle. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe. Drink water. Take care of yourself.